let's talk about the Ethereum merge and why regulators, Bitcoin Maxies, and market makers all have something to gain from the downfall of Ethereum. If you understand anything about blockchain and blockchain technology, you already know that Ethereum's limitations were never gas fees and they were never slow transactions, but the underlying coding language being Solidity. This is by far Ethereum's biggest downfall. Solidity is what you call a Turing-complete coding language. Turing-complete proof-of-work blockchains are designed to be extremely computational intensive. Because coders and developers have the ability to program in loops or crazy loops, the end result is extremely high gas fees and a poor user experience. So the real problem from Ethereum stems from the underlying coding language called Solidity. If we take a look at the 2022 Chain Analysis Crime Report, we can see that in 2021, crypto investors lost over $14 billion to hacks, scams, rug pulls, and Ponzi schemes. Most of the money was actually stolen from DeFi projects. Now, if we scroll over to CoinMarketCap and we take a look at the top left corner of the screen, we can see that CoinMarketCap is now tracking over 20,000 different cryptocurrency projects. And the reality is 99% of those projects will either turn into a rug pull, a Ponzi scheme, and or the next XRP, a project where investors end up holding on to an asset for the next 5 years, praying that one day the hopium that they drank turns that turd nugget into the next Ethereum. Now let's talk about why I think you're being shilled a hot pile of garbage by these crypto media outlets, and they are trying to get you to think, and why I think that regulators, Bitcoin Maxies, and market makers all have something to gain from the downfall of Ethereum. Let's start with regulators. Regulators know that they cannot regulate the market when we are in a bull run. Regulators definitely don't want to become crypto public enemy number one. They know that for a fact. The second they drop that ban hammer and they declare that 99% of all crypto projects are unregistered securities, it's going to devastate, and I mean devastate, the entire crypto market. But there is a silver lining. If these regulators approve a Bitcoin short ETF that allows the biggest players on Wall Street to profit from crashing Bitcoin and thus crash the entire market with it, there is a very high probability that that's exactly what's going to happen. And you know what? I'm betting on it. So where I'm going with this, regulators do not want to cause the problem. They want to be the solution to the problem. And I honestly believe that when the USA stock market collapses, and it will, it's going to take the entire crypto market down with us. This will give regulators more than enough ammunition to step in and say, see, this is exactly why you guys need regulators in the space. If this market was regulated, you wouldn't have watched your portfolio just depreciate by 99%. Even though we all gosh damn well know that regulators never stopped the dot-com bubble, they didn't prevent the subprime mortgage bubble, and they didn't stop the Federal Reserve from printing away your life savings. Until last week, I was really anti-regulation. Then I started exposing these shill boys for promoting scams and Ponzi schemes, and 24 hours later, my Twitter account got hacked, my home network got hacked, and then I was threatened by one of the largest crypto YouTubers on the whole wide world interweb in his live stream, where he threatened to sue me and said he was coming after me. And now I can't wait for regulations to come in and wipe these clowns off the map. Next up, the Bitcoin Maxies. These are the biggest players in the game, the OG day one Bitcoin whales with billions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. But currently, Bitcoin mining farms are being attacked by the World Economic Forum. If you do not know who that is, they are the one world government, the most powerful and corrupt ivory tower elite players in the world. At least that's my opinion. They continue to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars trying to manipulate the media narrative that Bitcoin should switch from proof of work to proof of stake. But I guess they don't understand Bitcoin, because what makes Bitcoin is the fact that it is proof of work. It is that skin in the game factor that no matter how many coins of Bitcoin that you own, you do not get any voting power in the network. When Ethereum switches to proof of stake, if Papa E wanted to spend $50 billion buying Ethereum, he would have all the voting power he needed to print himself an extra 100 million coins of Ethereum. If he really wanted to, he could. So where am I going with this? If the Ethereum merge takes place and it turns out to be a total dumpster fire, and this will be all the ammunition that the Bitcoin Maxies need to give the big middle finger to the World Economic Forum. If the Ethereum merge collapses the entire Ethereum ecosystem, no proof of work blockchain will ever attempt to switch to proof of stake again. Now, before we dive into these market makers, let me ask you a question. What took Ethereum from a $15 billion market cap on March 1st of 2020 to a $575 billion market cap by December 1st of 2021? Do me a favor, guys. Drop some comments below real quick before you watch the rest of this video. Let me know if you could pick 3 reasons. What would the 3 reasons be on why Ethereum's ecosystem absolutely exploded? And if you could smash that subscribe button while you're at it, I'd be greatly appreciative. Reason number 1, NFTs. The Ethereum ecosystem digitalized a completely new market. They took an entire industry that was once pen and paper and they digitalized it. This was revolutionary. But again, because of Solidity, the limitations of Ethereum point back to the coding language. When it comes to selling digital artwork on the Ethereum ecosystem, you could never do it in a decentralized way. You had to rely on a trusted third party. And if Luna, Celsius, 3 Arrows Capital, and Voyager Digital didn't teach you a lesson about not trusting centralized third parties, I don't really know what will. Now, blockchains like Kadena allow you to mint an entire marketplace when you mint your NFT collection. Not to mention, they are also working with Stuart Haber, the #1 cited author in the Bitcoin white paper, and they plan to incorporate decentralized identifiers that allow you to track back the genetic modifications of NFTs back to their birth parents. These key features are going to change every aspect of NFT. Reason number 2, DeFi. I mean, who doesn't want to make 5 billion quadrillion percent APY, right? From the Time Wonderlands to the Terra Lunas, 2022 will be a year to remember. And if you thought $14 billion in 2021 was bad, dear Lord, 2022 is going to blow 2021 out of the water. The fact that this industry is still standing is legit mind-blowing. Over 70% of money stolen in crypto in 2021 came from DeFi. And not to mention that 99% of crypto projects that launched on Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, and Cardano are most likely going to fail. I mean, it's hard to really imagine that there is ever going to be another wave of investors willing to dump hundreds of billions of dollars into an industry just so scammers, hackers, and dirtbag influencers can steal their money. It's just common sense. And number 3, the technology is outdated. If you ever listen to Michael Saylor or Gary Vee speak about investing in emerging technologies, they will both tell you the same thing. Every 5 to 7 years, technology makes major leaps forward. Old technology is just replaced with new technology, and the businesses that fail to adapt and evolve, they always fail. They also point out another key fact about the tech world. The first technology that changes the game is normally not the long-term winner. Taking a look at social media, AOL was off the hook. It was the coolest thing ever when it first launched, which was then replaced by MySpace, which was then wiped off the map by Facebook as soon as Facebook stepped into the game. So let me ask you a question. Was Google the first search engine? Nope, sure wasn't. First we had Internet Explorer, then we had Firefox, then we had Bing. Now, Google Chrome dominates the industry, owning 75% of the entire market. Ethereum was the first smart contract blockchain. It was revolutionary and it pioneered the way for innovation. But at the end of the day, it's very limited because, well, it just can't evolve. Now, the retail investor might not believe it, and everyone who has their Ethereum held hostage on Coinbase also doesn't want to admit it. But the facts are the facts, and everyone who truly understands blockchain technology knows that this is true. And they know exactly how much money they can make betting on the demise of Ethereum. I know I have personally been killing it. I don't know about you guys. Because leverage gives you the ability to continuously add to your position and scale into shorts, if you have a big enough bankroll, there is literally zero risk when it comes to betting against Ethereum. This is just my personal opinion. These are not facts. This is just how I feel about the crypto space. Ethereum will never see another NFT rush, and Ethereum will never see another DeFi summer. When the merge takes place on September 15th, Ethereum gas fees are gonna remain the same. But instead of that money being paid to miners who are spending millions of dollars mining, or spending millions of dollars on electricity, all of those mining rewards are going to go to the richest OG investors who were handed massive bags of pre-mined Ethereum. The new validators will be rewarded with all of the new Ethereum that gets minted. In a live stream a few months back, we tried to estimate how much money Vitalik could make with his I want to say 350,000 or 365,000 coins of Ethereum. If the Ethereum network does the same volume in 2023 that it did in 2021, Vitalik could potentially make $58 billion in gas fees just for staking his giant bag of Ethereum. By next week, I will have a video showing you exactly how much Ethereum VCs will make from all the Ethereum that they have pre-mined, and it's going to blow your mind. People always ask me, Ryan, why are you and Crypto R Us the only bigger influencers who are talking about Kadena? Well, that's simple. Because once you admit that Kadena has solved every problem Ethereum couldn't, and they did it in a decentralized way using proof of work, which keeps it truly decentralized, plus they've also proven that they can scale infinitely by going from 10 blockchains to 20 blockchains, you really must admit that every other layer 1 blockchain is kind of useless. It's sad but true. Also, if these exchanges started to get on board and started promoting Kadena as that #1 layer 1 blockchain of the future, they would probably lose out on billions of dollars because there's never going to be 20,000 shitcoins launched on Kadena. Why is that? Because Kadena uses what's called formal verification. So every second that you code in Pact uses Z3 to analyze your code 1 billion times a second. It pretty much makes it impossible for you to code in bugs or backdoor loopholes into your dApps. Just like Bitcoin, Kadena is Turing incomplete. Don't believe me? Just check out saveby.kadena.network. And yeah, that $610 million Poly network hack could have been prevented if they just used the coding language Pact. Oh yeah, and Kadena smart contracts are in human readable code. And this is why I personally taught myself how to code in Pact. Now I have the ability to audit the project code myself. And guess what? It was so easy that I was able to teach my 8-year-old son how to write a Pact smart contract in less than 10 minutes. And if you get a second, check out the video linked above or click the link down in the description. So let's recap that. Number 1, regulators would love for Ethereum to fail so they can step in and save the day. If Ethereum collapses, the entire industry will collapse for a short period of time. Regulators want to be the knight in shining armor. They don't want to be the evil villain. Number 2, Bitcoin Maxies would love to see the ETH merge fail. This would guarantee these ivory tower elites could never convince the public that Bitcoin needs to switch to proof of stake. And last but not least, my personal favorite, the real market makers, and I mean the big players, are going to make billions of dollars shorting Ethereum back to its 2018 bear market lows. Hey you, are you interested in learning more about how to investigate rug pulls, how to do background research in developers, or how to read GitHub so you can prevent yourself from buying into these rug pulls and Ponzi schemes? Do me a favor, come join us live on my second YouTube channel. We break down about 10 to 20 projects every night. You guys bring the coins, drop them in the chat, we'll research them together,